Every storm season kicks off a heart-pounding race, not on highways, but beneath the surface of the sea. At a coastal lobster farm in the American South, where cages stretch into the open ocean, a tropical storm is closing in fast. Time left less than 48 hours. The mission harvests 10,000 lobsters worth nearly $400,000 before the sea turns violent. Failure means total loss. Floodwaters will contaminate clean water, kill the lobsters, and wipe out a year's worth of profit. This is a story of human resilience against nature. A race against the clock where every passing minute carries tens of thousands of dollars riding on every wave. Go discover how harvesting 10,000 lobsters before the typhoon strikes becomes a $400,000 race against time. On luxury dining tables in New York, Shanghai, or Seoul, lobster is a symbol of prestige and indulgence. Priced at $40 to $80 per piece, it helped push the global market value to around $7.26 billion in 2022, and that number keeps climbing. But behind that glossy red shell is mounting pressure from a rapidly declining wild population. Overfishing and climate change have made the open ocean a far less reliable source. To meet soaring demand, modern industrial farms have become a lifeline. But unlike salmon or tiger shrimp, lobsters require a complex, slow-growing process with tightly controlled environmental conditions. In this high-stakes setting, harvest timing is everything. Just a few days' delay, a storm surge, or even a slight temperature change could destroy a batch worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why this 10,000 lobster mission before landfall is a $400,000 race against time. Every race begins in the most humble of places, a tiny egg deep inside a hatchery tank. In high-tech coastal facilities, healthy female lobsters are carefully selected and fed a special diet to stimulate spawning not by nature, but by a schedule humans control. With temperature regulation technology, reproduction can be precisely timed. The eggs are incubated in ideal conditions, water held steady between 75–82 degrees C, with oxygen and cleanliness monitored around the clock. Over 60 days, larvae molt, repeatedly transforming into juveniles strong enough to face the ocean. At this stage, there's zero room for error because every surviving lobster counts toward the 10,000 needed before the storm hits. Only precision biotechnology can turn survival risk into financial return. A few nautical miles off the coast, floating lobster cages operate like silent sea fortresses. Each cage, about 2 square meters, is built with ultra-durable frames, wave-resistant buoys, and reinforced mesh to withstand strong currents. At the start, each cage holds up to 250 juvenile lobsters. But for optimal growth and oxygen levels, that number is gradually reduced to around 50 adults by harvest time. Beneath the surface, cameras and sensors work 24/7, tracking everything from salinity and dissolved oxygen to current speed, because even the slightest change can signal a coming storm and determine the farm's fate. Lobsters are omnivores with a protein-heavy appetite for fish scraps and mollusks. At large, farms AI fine-tunes feeding based on weight growth speed and molting cycles. Each day, they consume 15 to 20% of their body weight, a critical level that must be tightly controlled to prevent disease and water pollution. Nutrition goes beyond basics. Some farms add vitamins, minerals, and trace elements to enhance shell shine, meat firmness, and resistance to shifting weather. In a race against storms and time, every gram of feed doesn't just raise a lobster, it defines the value of every pound sold. The storm draws closer and the countdown begins. Off the coast, the entire farm enters emergency mode. With over 10,000 lobsters nearly ready, This is no longer routine, it's a high-speed harvest campaign where even a few minutes delay can mean losses in the tens of thousands. On choppy, darkening waters, specialized cage-lifting boats surge ahead like steel arrows. Each cage, hundreds of kilos heavy, is hauled from the sea, packed with full-grown lobster shells, firm shells glinting red under the cold brine. On deck, workers move like a synchronized unit. Some dismantle cage frames, others inspect each lobster's vitality. Only the best make it into mobile holding tanks. These aren't just storage tanks, they're temperature and oxygen-controlled chambers designed to minimize biological shock and preserve meat quality. The tension is razor sharp. Every move must be down to the second. A strong gust could capsize a boat. A sudden current shift could dismantle the system. For the crew, this is not a time for mistakes. Every lobster harvested in time isn't just a product, it's proof of resilience planning and human grit in the face of nature's fury. Balancing on the edge between success and total loss, the entire farm runs like a precision machine, where people, technology, and the ocean move in unison against the clock. When the final boat returns just before the storm hits, the race isn't over, it just enters its most intense phase. Each crate of live lobster is rushed to cold processing stations near the shore, where time and temperature are critical. Here, the operation is a machine of precision, sanitized seawater rinse, grading by weight and size, a quick steam to lock in flavor, or vacuum sealed and flash frozen at 40 degrees C within minutes. Under the cold glow of industrial lights, every step inside the factory is monitored by automated sensors and specialized personnel. Workers clad in full protective gear move swiftly along the chilled processing line, where not a single minute can be lost without risking the lobster's freshness. Random samples are tested on-site for quality measuring pH levels, meat firmness, and post-transport survival rate to meet the strict standards of the world's top import markets. Outside, the logistics team operates with Swiss watch precision. Each shipment is sealed with a QR code and tracked for temperature consistency from the shoreline to the airport warehouse. The storm is drawing closer, But inside cold storage units and specialized transport trucks, the lobsters remain in pristine condition as if they had just emerged from the ocean floor. This isn't just a supply chain, it's a tightly orchestrated ecosystem, timed to the second, where every lobster is part of a multi-million-dollar operation protected by technology, human expertise, and an unwavering determination to outmatch the wrath of nature. Lobsters that meet export standards, glossy shells, unbroken claws, are kept alive in oxygen-regulated transport tanks. From there, they head straight to five-star restaurants in Tokyo, Shanghai, New York, where diners will pay hundreds of dollars for a plate of storm-defying seafood. For large farms, the reward is worth it with contracts from premium distributors. A well-timed harvest can bring in $400,000 before the first gust of wind rips across the surface. Under the hands of world-class chefs, lobster is transformed into high-end culinary masterpieces, like champagne-steamed lobster French garlic butter grilled lobster, or refined European-style lobster bisque. Each dish is not only a showcase of culinary precision, but also a symbol of elegance and luxury. A single serving can range from several hundred to thousands of dollars, depending on the restaurant and preparation style. For diners, this is far more than just a meal. It's a lavish experience where every sweet, tender bite of lobster embodies the essence of the ocean cutting-edge preservation technology and the pinnacle of gourmet artistry. Lobster isn't just a luxury dish, it's the symbol of a modern coastal industry where humans, nature, and technology balance on a razor-thin edge. With the storm bearing down, farmers have less than 48 hours to harvest over 10,000 lobsters worth $400,000. A delay means not just a lost season, but a total wipeout. In this oceanic race, every lobster brought safely ashore is a testament to human skill and survival. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to uncover more breathtaking stories from the deep.